Every single day, people try to manipulate you. Advertisements, social media, companies, influencers, and even people close to you use psychological tricks to influence your decisions. And the scary part is that most manipulation works because you don't notice it happening. Your brain is constantly taking shortcuts to make decisions faster, but those shortcuts can also be exploited. Today, we're breaking down some of the most common psychological tricks used against people every day, how they work, and how to defend yourself against them. One of the most powerful manipulation tactics is social proof. Humans naturally copy other humans. Your brain constantly looks around and asks, "What is everyone else doing?" If a restaurant has a huge line outside, people assume the food must be good. If millions of people follow a trend online, others begin following it too, even if they secretly dislike it. This happens because your brain is designed to avoid standing out from the group. Thousands of years ago, fitting into the tribe increased your chances of survival. But today, social proof can manipulate people into spreading misinformation, buying useless products, or following harmful ideas simply because everyone else is doing it. The best way to defend yourself from social proof is to pause and think independently before following the crowd. Popularity does not always equal truth. Another extremely common tactic is scarcity. Nothing affects human decision-making faster than the fear of missing out. That's why stores constantly use phrases like, "only 2 left," "limited time offer," or "sale ends tonight." Scarcity creates urgency, and urgency shuts down rational thinking. When people feel like they're about to lose an opportunity, they often make emotional decisions instead of logical ones. Companies understand this very well. In fact, many limited-time offers are completely artificial. The goal is to pressure you into acting quickly before you have time to think carefully. One of the best ways to protect yourself from scarcity manipulation is to never make important decisions under pressure. If someone is rushing you, there's usually a reason why. Another powerful psychological effect is authority bias. Humans are trained from childhood to obey authority figures. Doctors, celebrities, experts, teachers, and people in expensive suits automatically appear more trustworthy to the brain. Because of this, people often believe confident individuals without questioning them properly. This is one reason influencer marketing works so well. People assume someone must be correct simply because they sound confident or appear successful. But confidence and intelligence are not the same thing. History is filled with examples of authority figures being completely wrong. The best defense against authority bias is learning to question information, even when it comes from experts. Healthy skepticism is important. One of the most dangerous forms of manipulation is gaslighting. Gaslighting is when someone manipulates you into doubting your own memories, emotions, or perception of reality. A manipulative person might say things like, "That never happened," "You're overreacting," or "You're imagining things." Over time, this causes people to lose confidence in their own judgment. That's what makes gaslighting so dangerous. It slowly weakens a person's trust in themselves. Gaslighting is commonly seen in toxic relationships, manipulative friendships, and even online discussions. The best defense is paying attention to patterns instead of excuses. Trust repeated behavior more than words. Another major psychological weapon is fear manipulation. Fear is incredibly powerful because it bypasses logic. When people become afraid, they stop thinking clearly and start reacting emotionally. This is why fear is used so heavily in advertising, politics, news headlines, and social media. Fear keeps attention locked in, and attention creates influence. Fearful people are easier to control because they become focused on immediate emotional reactions instead of careful analysis. This does not mean fear itself is bad. Fear exists to protect humans from danger. But manipulative people and organizations often exaggerate fear in order to influence behavior. The best defense against fear manipulation is slowing down before reacting emotionally. Fear should trigger analysis, not obedience. The truth is that psychological manipulation is everywhere. Every human is vulnerable to it. No one is completely immune. But awareness changes everything. Once you recognize these manipulation tactics, they become much less powerful. Because manipulation works best when it remains invisible. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more difficult topics simply explained. And comment which psychological trick you think affects people the most.